If you can, sit on a block, sit on a blanket, change your seat. I'm in a crisscross seat with my right shin in front. I'm going to take my left hand to my right knee, my right hand behind me. And before I go deeper into the twist, I'm going to set up my sits bones. So I'm going to roll slightly forward toward the front of them. And just so you know what I mean, if you tuck your tailbone under and curl, that's the back of your sits bone. If you kind of stick your butt out, let that lower back arch, you roll toward the front of them. And then you want to align your spine, obviously vertically, on top, like center it and lift. And we're training our interoception, our internal appropriate sense of where we are in space. Drawing the shoulder blades together. Paul was like, you would have liked it at a press conference. They were saying they were working on Joe Biden's proprioception. And people were saying half of America doesn't know what that word means. And I'm like, yes, they do. Yes, they do. And slowly turn your head to the right. And when you go slowly like that, at least when I go slowly like this, I don't bypass or I don't skip over areas that need my attention. I know from experience when I just sort of go quickly, I miss them. But slowing down, it came to my attention that all the stuff going on in my left hip flexor, and I can actually feel how it's pulling into my left piriformis, which I didn't know. Feel into your body and observe what's there. I find closing the eyes and bringing my attention toward the midline is helpful. I'm also observing there's a crankiness to it, to that left side. It feels like something's old and holding on. I'm going to invite it to let go. From this position, pick up the back hand, maybe open your eyes, and let that right arm reach over your right ear so you're leaning toward the left. And you're still holding that right knee, which gives you the leverage to really hang. Try not to topple onto only the left sits bone, although you will put more weight on it, but try to counter that by driving the right sits bone down as well. And then bend your right elbow, turn the palm to the sky and push with a flat palm, stretching the fingers back toward your face. Let your left ear hang toward its shoulder. And then look up and reach as though a friend were there, grab their hand or a pulley and let it pull you up, almost like a tow rope. And then sit and pause and observe, remaining, staying, or realigning onto those front sits bones. And feel as though the spine is floating. Like the witches and ghosts I just decorated my house with. An invisible thread. They look as if they're floating. And then switch the cross of your legs. Pause and let your body acclimate. I move my sits bones again. I take the buttocks back and float the spine above the center of the pelvis. So I'm checking in with that area that alerted me in the other side, which is my left hip flexor and left piriformis. I'm just pausing here to see if it has more to say from this shape before I add on. Or if anything else is raising its hand to be noticed. And then elevating from the sense of elevating from the center of the diaphragm. Let the shoulders spill down the back. The neck long and the head upright. Take the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind, and just go as far as angling your chest with your knee. It's not too far yet. Draw your attention inward toward the midline and down through your feet. Exert a little pressure into the ground, which will help you be taller, rise taller. And then slowly deepen your twist, if that feels right, as you turn to your left. Squeezing the shoulder blades gently onto the back. This isn't an overexertion. And really move slowly so you don't bypass something that's trying to flag you down. Add a little pull onto that knee, bending that right elbow, engaging just softly into the muscles of your back. Keep your head on the spine so it's not jutting forward or too far back. On the same axis of this one. And then pick up that left hand and send it over the left ear. Let the head drape toward the right shoulder. These muscles can be sensitive, not always, but they can be tender. On the sides of the waist, the serratus, anterior and exterior. Posterior, anterior and posterior. And then bend that left elbow, turn the palm to face the sky, and push up through the heel of the left hand, fingers retracting toward your face. Ooh. Sure, you're pulling that belly in. Oh. Turn the head up, reach as though a pulley or a friend were there, and draw yourself back up to sit. Pause. Close the eyes if you haven't. Push down with the feet into the earth to help you lift upright. And observe a sense of uniformity in the trunk of the body. A cylindrical uniformity. Cylindrical uniformity. So why I bring that up is I felt sort of tilted to the right, like my right side were full, but my left side was sort of hollow. And I'm inviting it to be one smooth cylinder. And softly let the eyes open. Take the hands back behind you. Uncross your feet. Bring your hips forward toward your knees. Feet are on the ground. Raise your buttocks up. Let the head drop back. Push down through your thumbs and index fingers. And then slowly drag the buttocks back to where they began. Pause here. Inhale. If you want, you could turn your fingers out or behind you. Exhale, roll forward toward the feet, lift the buttocks, open the chest up. You don't have to lay your head back if that's too extreme. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze your toes. Lift your right knee and lift your right leg and lower. Lift your left knee, straighten that leg and lower. Lift your right leg and walk your hands in a little closer. Lower your right foot and walk your feet a little farther. Crab walking forward and crab walk back. Then we'll lift the left leg up, left leg to the sky. Move your hands back. Lower the left foot. Move your feet back. And walk forward. And walk back. Lift your seat, squeeze your tush. Maybe the head goes back. Wherever your head is, inhale. Open the mouth, lion's breath. Then the elbows, little tricep, push up here, lower the hips, and then raise it back up. Inhale, lion's breath here. Then the elbows, just let the hips go low, right where they are. Straighten the arms, raise the hips, inhale. Lion's breath. Breath of fire here, just push the breath out through exhales. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale. Ah. And come on down. I was asking a lot. Right shin in front. Circle out the hands. Lotus roll your hands out. And then take the fingers of the right hand and pull them down as you extend your right hand forward. Stretch out that wrist. Let's circle the head while we do that. Oh, that's good. And then other side and circle the head the opposite direction. Because I can't remember if that was the way I went before. I'm going to go the other way. Make sure I went both ways. And shake the hands out. Moving on to all fours. Let's do a little more for the hands. Spin the fingers toward you. Spread them out on the mat. And lean back away from your hands. Getting a nice deep stretch. Then you could do this on the ottoman or on the wall. It doesn't have to be done kneeling. Like, you do it standing. And then turn the hands forward. Let's turn them under. Let's just do one at a time. So turn the back of the palm onto the floor, curl the fingers in, and stretch the hand, like curl the hand toward the inside of the forearm. Yep. And do the other one. Oof. And replace the hand. Inhale, let's do a nice cow pose, letting that spine get a little beat. Lifting the sits bones up. So we're a little more familiar with the landscape, or the contours of the sits bones, the topography. So lifting the back of the sits bone toward the sky. And then wrap under, pull the belly and spread the shoulder blades apart. Giving a little downward activation to the lats, the muscles on the sides of your body by pulling, turning on the armpit muscles. You can mentally do that. Inhale and arch the back. Lifting those sits bones, the backs of them up toward the ceiling. And around. Spread the shoulder blades. One more time. Inhale, arch. And exhale. Round. Lift your knees up and go ahead and walk your feet straight up to the top of the mat. Bend the knees softly, catch opposite elbows in the center of your palms, and slide your elbows to line up with the top of your ears. So they slide farther forward than you want. Actively squeeze them out with your toes and let the sides of the body here relax toward the floor. So those muscles we found before, we're just going to let them relax. I do find they're sort of weird, like when we want to activate them, they're not on, and when we don't want to activate them, they are on. Maybe just me. I used to have a larger sampling, but I saw a lot of bodies each week. And then switch opposite forearm in front, hold your elbows, let that head hang here. Take out any kind of stuff in the head that's ready to go. Anything that isn't constructive. Let it go. And release your hands down. Bringing the feet together. Big toes touching. Inner ankles can stay slightly apart so they don't grind. Bend the knees, pull the heart forward, and send those sits bones back. Really feel them moving toward the back wall like little arrows shooting out of your butt. Exhale, fold, melt down over the legs. Let the head pour forward, palms into the ground. Rooting the feet like a deep root vegetable, lift through the heart, come up, arms spread, and then they reach up to the sky. Reach right arm higher, leaning toward your left a little bit, like you're pulling something down. And then bend that right elbow, reach that left arm higher as you lean toward the right. Let's do this as though there were a pulley in the left hand, reach up through the right, and a pulley in the right hand, reach down to the left. Alternate here a few times, turning on those side muscles so we're extending them and then contracting them. Sort of like turning on a computer and turning it off. It fixes a lot of things. Turning a muscle on and turning it off. We don't know why it works, but it does. When you're even, reach both arms up and let your front body open by reaching back. And then come to neutral, pulling your hands into prayer at the heart. Reset your focus. Go inside, eyes closed. Pull your attention into the midline. Feeling the feet pressing into the earth. What is your focus? Release your hands down, turn your palms forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold down. Beautiful dive over the legs. Let the head fall. Let it rise. Inhale, lift the chest. Step to plank, left foot, then the right foot, and the elbows, chaturanga down. Inhale, rolling through an open chest here, up dog or cobra. Rolling back to down dog. Oh, let's pedal it out. Then one knee, press opposite heel down and move at your own pace. What feels right to help innervate. Get blood flow into the ankles, into the feet, into the calves. Get the lymph moving. Warming up those legs a little bit. And then use that momentum to walk yourself forward with little itty bitty steps. Rolling through your feet to the top of the mat. Bend the knees, pull the heart forward. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Inhale, root down to the earth to rise up and arch back. Exhale, pull the hands into the heart. A momentary stillness. Release the hands down, palms forward, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the heart. Right foot, left foot to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, roll through. Exhale, press it back. Steady your pose and make whatever shifts you want. And then become still. Harnessing your focus, eyes are steady between the feet, slightly blurring the vision with a soft dilated focus. Pelvic floor is lifted, belly is drawn in, throat is slightly closed. To harness the power of your breath. Inhale, raise your heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Travel forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, flush out. Let it all pour down. Inhale, rise. Reach back. Exhale, momentary stillness. Hands come to the heart. Release the hands down. Inhale, breathe the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, step left and right foot to plank. Low push-up. Inhale, glide on through, open your chest. Beautiful. Exhale, back, downward dog. Make whatever adjustments are necessary. And then set your focus. Leave everything else off the mat. Eyes are blurred but steady. Breath is deliberately consistent through the nose. Let the head soften down to a little more. Better, better, better. So the neck doesn't have to work there. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend the knees. Exhale, travel forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, flush it out like poop down a toilet. Flush it out. Really like let it go. Bend the knees, come to chair, sit down into those legs. Feel the power below you as you root into the earth. She's a good, powerful energy, our earth. Sit back into the heels a little bit, but protect your knees. Squeeze the seat. Reach through those arms. Belly is strong. Fold forward and let go. Inhale, look up. Step your right and left foot back. Flank it strong or modify by dropping the knees. Low push-up. Inhale, slide through. Open the chest. Excellent. Take it back, down dog. Good. Right leg lifts to the sky. Step your right foot forward, pivot your back heel down, warrior one, inhale. Smooth. Yeah. Exhale, hands to the ground, lower with strength. Inhale, gliding forward, open up the chest, feel the sun on it. Exhale, back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Step it forward, turn the back foot down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Good, stronger back foot, please. Push down, reach up. Excellent, hands to the ground, lower with strength. Inhale, cruise forward, oil can the body. Exhale, back, down dog. Joints start to feel younger, brain fog clears. Pull those bottom ribs in, spread your back. Diaphragm, super important for breath, for brain activation. Hug your forearms in so you have a solid arm. And lift that booty up to stretch your spine. Nice. Inhale, heels come up, bend the knees, exhale, walk or jump forward. Inhale, heart up, blossom it open. Exhale, full drop the head. Bend those knees, raise the arms to a chair. Very good. Very good. La, 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 la. Fold forward and release. Inhale, look up, jump two-footed or continue alternating feet. Step back, low push-up. Inhale, some kind of chest opener. Exhale, back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it forward, pivot the back heel. Inhale, warrior one, rise with power, rise with victory. Exhale, hands to the ground, low push-up. Bruiser just rolled deeper into his sleep. He's like, Inhale, glide through. Nice long toes. Exhale, back down dog. Check that you're breathing through the nose. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it forward, turn the back heel down. Inhale, reach your strong arms up. Exhale, low push-up. Breathe through the nose. When I go on walks, I try to breathe through my nose the whole time. Inhale up. I'm super aware of it, and I still catch myself mouth breathing all the time. Push back through your hips. It's funny. We get to pay attention to it. Just fun. Spread your fingers. Push down through your thumbs and index. And pull your bottom ribs up. So there's less of a kind of a collapse in the spine. More support. Get the vagal nerve tone. So breathe in through the nose. I want some sound. Or you can hum. Yeah, that's power, guys. Inhale, raise the heels, bend the knees, exhale, travel forward. Inhale, look up, and flush it out. Flush it right down to be composted. Bend the knees, sit in chair. Pick that right knee up, lift it toward your chest, and then put the foot down. We'll march here. Left knee up and lower. Right and left. Try to magnetically pull it with your tummy. Oh, my tummy's doing it. I put one hand on my tummy to feel it better. Like my tummy's a magnet and it's pulling my leg in. Good. The next time the right foot is down, lift that left knee, and we're gonna tilt the torso forward to tushy back. How's that sits bone? Try to get that back of the sits bone pointing toward the back wall. Maybe extend that left leg back. Hands come to the heart. Hold. Breathe. Magnetize your tummy again. Bend that right knee. See if you can pull your left knee back to that tummy. Back where it started. Woo. Put it down, left foot down. Stand, pause. That was a little intense in your tush, maybe, or at least in mine. I'm just gonna move my butt around a little bit. Punch my butt. And sit back to chair. Put the weight in the left foot, magnetize the tummy, pull that right knee toward it. Tilt the torso forward. Palms come to heart, right heel extends back. Hold. Tummy is still magnetic. Head moves forward, heel moves back. Bend the left knee. Woo. See if you can draw that right knee back up toward the torso. Place that right foot down. Sit it into chair. No break on this side. Fold forward. Let it go. Inhale, look up. Jump both feet back. Careful of your animals or tap. Inhale, glide. Lift that chin, reverse your cell phone neck. Exhale back, down back. Right leg swoops up. Magnetically pull that knee toward the torso. Knee to nose, tap your nose. Sweep that right leg back up. And again, knee to the chest, really use your tummy. And then reach that right leg back up. And again, draw knee toward torso. This time, place right foot at the thumb, We're going to rise to crescent. So give yourself a little width. Inhale. Raise those arms up. Bend the back knee a little bit. Dip it to the floor for 5. Lower and lift. 4. And 3. Dipper low. 2. Big dipper. And 1. Sweep the arms behind you. Warrior. Woo, flying warrior 3. Left leg back. We're going to go from here to warrior 1. So angle your left toes out. Bend your right leg. And find warrior 1. Inhale. A nice back bend. Lift up and back. Hands come to the floor. Step back, plank. Chaturanga. Nice chest opener. And back, down dog. Sweep that left leg up behind you. Magnetize your tummy. Pull the knee toward it. Tap the nose. Inhale, send the leg back. Exhale, squeeze it into the nose. Inhale, lift it back. Exhale, draw it toward the tummy. Place it for crescent. Inhale, rise. Dip it low. Knee comes to the floor for 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. We're going to take it all the way low. And up. Arms sweep back like wings. Back leg comes up, fly. Stepping back, warrior 1. Bend the left knee. Right foot back, inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Find your breathing. Relax the neck. Harness the power of breath and the power of your internal locks, pelvic floor, belly and throat. Inhale, raise your heels. Exhale, bend the knees, travel to the hands. Inhale, look up. Exhale, flush. Flush out the garbage. Separate your feet apart. Fold your right hand underneath your right foot. Take your left hand forward on an angle. So left hand just kind of forward on an angle. Lift your right heel and massage, in quotes, painfully massage the palm with the ball of your foot. So move your heel right and left. Only my right one. And get into the bones of the hand. Really try to open her up. And if you just love pain, you're also pulling up with that right forearm. And I'm rolling inside, like big toe side to really smush the thumb. And the pinky side. This is my less painful side, and it's pretty painful. Okay. And then take the hand out from under there. Maybe shake it out, or maybe it just feels good because it feels better. Right hand out to the side for balance. Left hand under left hand under left foot. Lift the left heel and grind. Massage. The heel can move, weight can be really forward in the ball of the foot. Smushing the thumb side. Ow, the side. At the same time, you could be pulling up with the forearm. And then shake it out, or maybe it's just really good. Let's place both hands under the feet. They're numb now, so you don't have to worry. Bend the knees, pull the heart forward. And maybe this is where you stay, kind of in this racer position. Joelle was at, Annalena, but 2 competitive swimmers. Does this feel like it does when you're on the dive in the block? whatever it's called. Belly's in. And then slowly fold into it. If that's available for your body, you're going to straighten the legs a little or a lot. And pull the tummy up to the spine. And let the sides really unfurl here. And the head go. You let go and not, really just for real. For now, trust the head is sewn on enough. Letting the genius of the hands and feet dialogue together. We don't have to understand any of it. And then slip your hands out from your feet. Let's try a crow if it's available, or squat into Malasana and balance. But if you're taking that balance on the toes. So keep the heels lifted. Try to pull your pelvic floor up, and maybe play around with raising the arms. Or crow it, bring the weight forward and pull those feet up. And really try to extend to straighter arms as you keep the heels high. Do as I say, not as I do. As my heels collapse, I crossed my ankles actually to help. And then come on down. Really nice, you guys. Let's roll those wrists out again. Yeah. And then take yourself down onto the ground. And I want to revisit what we did last week. I don't know if it's available. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. But we're going to do a twist here. So hands to the heart, left elbow outside of right leg. And maybe we stay here, like in this twisted seat. And you can just feel your core getting really strong. Maybe you open your arms, left arm forward, right arm back. Maybe you put your palms down from here into a super wide push-up position. Lower your chest with your feet, bringing your chin to the floor and your feet are parallel with the knees. It's a super deep twist. And then come back. Oh. I want to watch you guys do it, but it's hard to do both. Okay, so hands to the heart, twist, right elbow outside of leg. Let's drop the shoulders, chest is open. How about you push? I'm going to push my left hand more into my right hand. That's going to leverage the twist a bit. Open the arms wide, one hand forward, one hand back. Stay here, or palms turn to the floor, lean forward into a big wide push-up, and bring your chest and chin down as you raise your feet up. So just not butt yet, just not your bum, just your feet, good Karen, and your chest toward the floor. And it's a deep one. It's deep. Karen, y'all. Karen is full spiraling mer goddess. It's already branded, but it's still a good name. And then come back up. All right, now we will try it with the butt up, So I'm just turning forward so you can see, and you guys know, but I'm going to take my hands into that wide push-up pancake. I'm going to scooch my feet out of the way a little to my left. So hands are to my right, and I'm going to start with my butt up so I don't have to raise it from the ground, which was easier when I was younger. And then the feet come up. And just because I'm going to get off that right elbow, so I'm not using it, but I am, of course, on the left one. Oh, and then come on down. Go for it. I saw feet in the air. That makes me happy. Do anything along the way. Y'all. It's a deep rinse. It gets into, on this side, liver. The liver. All right, should we try the other side? Come back to the middle. Take your right elbow past your left leg. And again, you could just sit upright, like all the directions from that first twist we did to open the class apply here, rolling toward the front of the sits bones, moving proprioception to the spine, slowly approaching the twist. Or put the hands on the floor, scoot your butt and feet to the right. And then you just want to ideally be on the right arm. But you know what? If it's new to you, you could use that left elbow under the left hip for a perch. Or even if it's not new, if that's better for you, give it a shot. Full Mergatus is good as well. And then unfurl back to the center. Whatever you did was awesome and you survived, which is key. Key to life. Be awesome and survive, or survive and be awesome. Live to do it another day. Shake your legs out. Yeah, before 40, right? It's like, go all out. After 40, it's like, just live to do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be better. Okay, we're gonna lie down. Pull your knees in. Squeeze them in. And let's go right to a happy baby, just for fun. I'm not gonna go to full happy baby. I mean, I'm in a version of it, but I'm modifying by holding above my ankles, which is radical. I feel self-care is radical. So why do I do that? Well, I guess ultimately in flexibility, but because I want my back, including my tailbone, to be in an extension rather than a flexion. If I reach my feet, my tailbone starts to curl under. I want to have a neutral back. So for me, this holding above the ankles is just a little more user-friendly. Now I'm going to start to activate some back. So really, this is crow, isn't it? To some extent, and I'll say more about that in a moment. This is so in crow, we do flex the spine. And here we're doing kind of a counter pose with the spine in extension. But so press your feet toward the ceiling as you pull with your hands wherever they may be. And that's a beautiful release for the hip flexors and pelvic floor muscles. But now let's make it a little more like crow. So take your palms and press them, bring the thumbs together, palms toward the ceiling in a nice deep flexion. So the fingers you're really stretching your wrists here. So pull those fingers back toward you. And then round your lower back. Feel your abdominals engaged. Lift your head and shoulders up. Activate your toes and push up toward the ceiling. And we'll do 10 of these pushes. 10, lifting and lowering. It's tiny. 8, 7, squeeze, magnetize your tummy. 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze your knees into your arms and your arms into your knees. That makes it harder. And we're going to hold and squeeze those knees into the arms into knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that tummy. And then take your hands to your head as you lower your tush and start cycling it out to release any tension that might have found its way into your back. Let's do 20 each side. 19. 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 1, and hug here's a big hug. Hurrah, hug. Ooh, strong core today. Snuck it in, kind of from all different directions. Grab a block, just if your back feels like it's tender at all. You want to block close by, maybe even 2. Put it between the legs, scooch your hips to the right, and drop your knees with the block between them over to the left. Full drop to the floor. And then right arm out to the side. You're going to arrange your shoulders so they're flat and squared with your head in the middle. And then turn your head to the right and close the eyes. Let the unwinding begin. Breathe into your chest. Now, in my case, there's an interesting thing happening where that same thing I started with, that bundle in the left hip flexor, is now sort of like reminding me of my dog Bruiser. It's kind of like learning a new trick. It's like, can I really not bite? Can I really, am I safe? Am I safe here? Am I? And it's kind of, it's not a cramp, but it's sort of almost just really asking me that question. It's like, is it safe to turn off? It has been on for so long, it doesn't trust that it can or should. So what I'm going to do is turn it on by pressing my left leg into the blocks. I'm going to activate the muscles that are feeling insecure. And then I'm going to relax them as a cue to them that, yes, you can. Please, please, please calm down. That would be amazing. So if you have something like that, you can activate it and then give it permission to turn off or down. Squeeze the legs into the block, activating gently in the core. The knees come up to the middle. Shift your whole bum and legs over to the left a bit, quite a bit, and then drop them over to the right. And if you can, fully to the floor. If that's not available, put a pillow or something under the right leg so it's not hovering in space. And then reach your arms open. I guess some of the requirements I'm asking you to have are shoulders on the floor and legs on the floor. And that's just not going to be possible for everyone. So you can use a nice firm pillow under that right leg, if it isn't. And then turn your head to the left. Bring your attention to the mechanics of the breath or to any area that's raising its hand. Maybe I shouldn't have said or. I'll say, and then you can send your breath to whatever area it is raising its hand. So that hip flicker question, I started by just sending the breath there before I went to muscle activation. That was not enough. I kept asking the question over and over again until I gave it a more secure answer. I learned a cute mind hack the other day. Maybe I shared it with you guys. I don't think so. Maybe Elena shared it with me. But ask your mind, you say to your mind, I wonder what your next thought will be. You see what happens? It quiets the mind. It's like magic. Now squeeze the bottom leg into the top leg, and if it's good for you, squeeze the top leg into the block, both into the block, and bring your knees back up to the middle. Let's take that block and put it under the bum, but under the bony part, the sacrum. You can choose low, medium, or high height. We are looking to get a nice inversion here. So we're going to lift the legs, pull the shoulders under. I've got some mat here I can grab and grip. That's going to help me organize the muscles on my back. I want to do that. I really want to open the chest. So I'm in a back bend and an inversion at the same time. And I want to pull my thyroid, my throat, the hyoid bone, all of it back. Or some sort of like making, I mean, I'm sure I'm making like 12 chins. I'm not really thinking chin. I'm more thinking middle throat back. Just notice if the weight is more on one hip than the other, one side of the sacrum. And it's so cool. I find that when you get it even, the chest is open, you get that magical suction in the belly. You get that deep, automatic banda, upward flying lung. In other words, tone. Recommend closing the eyes and letting them sink back away from the lids as though they're moving back in the sockets. Juicy pools, saline pools of the eyes. In your mind's eye, imagine your big toes are lit up to the sky like a bright torch. Well, do this a lot on your trip. You're going to be doing so much hiking. Make sure to put your legs up the wall, legs in the air. Lots, lots, lots. Bend the knees, feet come down to the ground. Let's just stay here, let the hands relax open, stay in supported bridge. So nice. Joelle, I'm remembering I heard Tim Ferriss say a long time ago, this was like 10 years ago, you can use a water bottle instead of a block for this pose. By Tim Ferriss of all people, but it's really good idea. I mean, it's not as comfy as a block, but I mean, you can't bring a lot. And then if you want to stretch your legs all the way out in front of you, letting those hip flexors elongate. Gosh, can you extend through the big toe line? That's asking a lot, but some of you can. And I just want to put the idea out there that we're trying to lengthen the inner leg. It tends, mine certainly just tends to shrivel upward. We want to extend it away from us. That inner ankle, inner arch moving away. Heart pulling toward the face. These feet just dust the floor. They're still pretty far away, but make sure you have an anchor. So lift the hips up, slide the block out, and hold here just using the posterior chain. Squeeze up your toes. Pull subtly with the feet toward the buttocks to engage. Those hamstrings and buttocks. And then slowly widen the upper back. Glide down one vertebra at a time. Lastly, the lower back and sacrum. And stretch your legs all the way out. Reach back for your head. Hold it lovingly in your hands. And star gaze here. Steering with the hand. Big dipper in the sky. Little dipper. Imagine the stars, those constellations. And then arrange the head so that it's nice and center. And slowly, lovingly place this brilliant machinery down on the earth. Slide your arms down and glide your shoulder blades onto the back. Roll your legs in and out. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Breathe in deeply. Pause your breath. Exhale. Deep breath in. Sip in a little more, you can do more. Pause. And exhale. Letting go. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Breathe in deeply. Slow exhale. In. Slow exhale. Arms back overhead. Reach. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Notice the distance you've traveled, the space that you've made, that you've created for yourself today. Bend your left knee, roll to your right, and cuddle into yourself into a snug little ball. And breathe generously into your back. Fill your coffers, fill your back with sustenance. This light worth of calm. And then pushing down into the earth, use it as a solid base to sit up tall. Have your left shin in front, just for countermeasure. Find the fronts of the sits bones, float the spine tall. Raise the arms up. Calling a prayer in through your hands, it comes down through the mind, over the lips, the throat, where it lands at the heart. I heard that when you hear a story, like if you heard a story and I heard the story in different states and different places, our heart, the space between our heartbeats would be the same. I would imagine this is pretty similar. So it's not that our heartbeat is the same, but the space between the beats is the same. So maybe, I don't know what that means in terms of sameness, but it's pretty cool. Let's take one inhale. Oh. Bringing the prayer back to the mind, into the intuition spot. We press our thumbs, coated in that heart wisdom. We bow forward, honoring our community, our friends, our family, all sentient and non-sentient beings. Blessings to everyone and everything. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for letting me do this. Thank you for being in my heartbeat. I love you. I'll see you next week.